Hi and welcome to the bonus section. In this section, we'll configure this topology, and this topology will be used for simulating a dual WAN connection on a pfSense device. We have ISP1 router, ISP2 router, we have the internet router, and we have a server in the internet. And also on the LAN of our pfSense, which is this one, we'll have a user. And the goal is that user will connect to the server, and we will simulate two scenarios. We'll simulate an active backup connection, and also we will simulate a dual WAN load balancing. Also, this is how we will get our management, and let's proceed to the configuration. Keep in mind that pfSense 2.7.0 is now available, and the installation process is a little bit different for this one. So we'll start by setting up the pfSense. So install pfSense. We used the guided UFS disk. We'll use the entire disk. Okay. We'll use the VTBD0, which is a 10 gig commit, and it will start the installation process. The installation process is a little bit different than the 2.6.0 version. So after we hit reboot, it should reboot itself. So while it is booting, let's configure the ISP1 router, which is a Cisco router. Let's close this old pages. And this interface that we'll configure will have the IP address of, so we'll go to conft interface gig00, IP address will be 10.10.10.1/24 255.255.255.0, no shutdown. And let's do the same on ISP2, which also have the internet G00, so conft interface gig00, IP address will be 11.11.11. This one we configured .1, so we'll configure this also .1, and the subnet mask, no shut. Okay, so the interfaces are now configured. Let's configure the interfaces to the internet router. So 3 of these interfaces will use the same subnet, and the subnet for them will be, so let's go to the interface G01, and IP address will be 20.20.20.1 for this one, 255.255.255.0, no shutdown. I'll copy this portion here and use it also on ISP2. IP address would be in this case 20.20.20.2, and no shutdown. And for the internet, conft interface G01, the IP address is 20.20.20.3, 255.255.255.0, no shutdown. Okay. We also need to configure some static routes on ISP1 and ISP2. So let me explain. The central pfSense will do NAT, so it will exit with the IP addresses configured on both WAN interfaces. Now ISP1 and ISP2 should know how to reach the LAN here on the server side, and internet router should know how to reach the ISP1 and ISP2. So what we will do is that on ISP1 we'll create an IP route, we'll create a default route. With the next hop of 20.20.20.3, and on ISP2 we'll do the same. And if we go here on our internet router, let's configure the following routes: 10.10.10.0, 255, 255, 255.0, and the next hop will be 20.20.20.1. Do show IP route. Okay, and another route, which will be this one, and the next hop will be ISP2. Do show IP route, check the routes, so they are both here. We also need to configure also the server portion. So interface G00, it was 00, yeah. IP address would be 30.30.30.254 here, 254, and the subnet mask is /24, and no shut. Also will save the configuration on all devices. And we'll configure an IP address for this PC, which should be IP 30.30.30.1, 255, 255, and not like that, /24. And the next hop, default gateway, I mean, 30.30.30.255. Also save it and try to ping the default gateway. And the ping is working normally, so that's a good sign. Okay, now that our pfSense has been booted, we will go ahead and assign the interfaces. We do not have any WAN, we'll use EM0 for WAN. The LAN interface will be EM3. Optional interface is EM1, which we'll use as WAN2. And optional 2 interface is EM2, which will be used for management. Just a second till it saves the new interface map, and it did save it. So now we'll go and we'll add some IP addresses on the interface. Okay, so set IP addresses, option 2. For the WAN 1, no DHCP, we'll use the IP address of 10.10.10.0. Let me see which one. 10.10.10.2/24. No DHCP. No. No. Okay. Now we'll configure the WAN2, which is the EM1 interface. So no DHCP 11.11.11.2/24. We can add an upstream gateway directly now, but we will not do that. No. Okay, let's configure now the EM3, which is the LAN. This will get the 100.100.100.254 for the pfSense. No, no, no. And the EM2, which will be the management interface, option 4, will be 192.168.0.200, which is my local subnet. No DHCP, no, no. So now if I try to access this IP from my web browser, I should disable the firewall. fctl-d. It is disabled. Let me refresh this page and go to pfSense. Username is admin, password is pfSense. I will skip all of that and I will go to firewall, and for the, let me check the interfaces again. So our LAN is OPT2. I will just allow everything and we should be safe. So now OPT1, let's disable again the firewall till it will process the rules, and we call this WAN2. Go to OPT2 interface, which is the MGMT interface. Also, let's add some firewall rules, but I think I already did that. What I'll have to do is I will just add the default deny rule on the WAN1 and the WAN2 interfaces. Okay, it's moving too slow now. I think I'll have to reboot it. Okay, save, apply, go to rules again. This is basically the initial setup. So we'll add a default deny here, and for the WAN2, We'll also add a default deny rule. And at this point, I would like to reboot the pfSense. Because it's moving too slowly. We can check the progress here. Okay, we should be able to log in back to the pfSense. So admin pfSense. Let's check our rules now for the LAN. I don't like this anti-lockout rule, so I will just disable it. Go to back to firewall rules to the LAN, and I will delete the IPv6 rule because I like to keep the configuration clean and simple. Okay, now that we have configured the initial setup of the pfSense and our internet is working, let's go to system, routing, and go to gateway groups, and we'll add a new gateway group. But before doing that, you see that this list is empty here. We'll have to configure the gateways for each WAN. So WAN 1, it will be 10.10.10.1. We'll disable, no, we'll not disable gateway monitoring. We will add WAN 2. We'll call it WAN 2, and the gateway is 11.11.11.1, and hit save. Now let's do a test and go to our PC and ping the server. So ping 30.30.30.1. -d. Let's yeah, we need to configure the IP here. IP. So on our LAN interface, we have 100.100.100.254. So 100.100.100.1, and the gateway. Hit save and try to ping the server. As you can see, it's not working. Let's try to ping, for example, the one of the gateways. and it is also not working. So let's try and ping one of the gateways from here. So ping 10.10.10.1. This one is working. 11.11.11.1. This one is also working. Let's check our firewall policies. And also let's check the NAT. Since we have a dual WAN, let's go ahead and configure a NAT for each individual WAN interface. So this is for 1 and this is for WAN 2. Interface address. Okay. Let's go back to our user PC, and now our ping is working fine. Let's ping also the server, and we can see the server is also pingable. Okay, but we now just have a regular configuration with two WANs. And just if we test this link going down, nothing happens. But theoretically, it should switch from WAN 1 to WAN 2. Let's check the interface status, and we can see that it is showing as up. So maybe a better okay, I disabled the wrong link. So let's check again. So this one is down. If we go to system routing, it should switch automatically to WAN 2, but it didn't. Let's do some tweaks, and now it should be switched to WAN 2, and as you can see, our ping starts working again. Let's bring our interface up and check what is happening here. So far so good, but what is happening on the pfSense? It switched back to WAN 1. Okay, that looks good, but let's do some additional configuration. We'll call it Dual WAN. So, for example, if I give the WAN 1 a tier 1 and the WAN 2 tier 2, we'll use the trigger level member down, and if I'll click save and apply changes, and I go to gateways, I should be able to create okay. And if I go here and I go to the WAN 1, and we will choose a different IP to monitor. This can be useful to monitor the IPs over the internet. For example, I will monitor the server, or it is better that I monitor the interface address of our ISP1, which is behind our connection, which is this link here. Click Save. And if I go here and choose to monitor the IP which is behind the ISP2, and if I go to status to gateways, I can see that the gateways are considered online. So for example, if I deactivate this link here and we go to gateways, we can see that it has packet loss, so it is marked as offline, and the traffic is switched now to the WAN 2, and this also can be seen in here. The traffic has been switched to WAN 2. Okay, but what if we go to gateway groups and we use tier 1 on both devices? So as you can see right now, they are acting also in active backup manner. So we should go to our rules, to the LAN, and show advanced configuration, and from the gateway we should choose the dual WAN gateway and click like that. Let's stop this flow and open a new one, and if we go to our ISP interfaces here and we do some packet capture, we can see that we have some ping packets here also, and some of the ping packets are here. If I will deactivate this interface, the ping will not be lost. Well, a ping packet will be lost. And we have here some unexpected behavior, but it is stabilizing after a while. So why this is happening? Because when we go to our routing, to gateway groups, not to gateways, it is taking a while since till the gateway is declared down. So we'll have to play with the timers to make it to react faster to changes. As you can see, now it is taking several seconds till the changes are being modified on the pfSense. So we'll have to modify that, and if you go to routing, to gateway groups, we see that we have some trigger levels, and with trigger level we'll use packet loss. Let's go ahead and activate this link back up. Check the ping behavior. And we see that so far so good. Check our capture, and let's check also the status gateways here. So it is still declared offline. I have to wait till it goes back to the packet loss of 0. This might take a while. So now the gateway is declared up. We can go ahead and cancel this flow and just restart it. The ping is working right now. So we have now counters set to 0. Let's check what is happening here. So it didn't go to the gateway, but let's just stop it so a new flow can be created. So as you can see, as the new flow has been created, the packets also start to use the load balancing. If I will disable this link again, simulating an internet failure, it is still marked as online. Let me check. Oh, I lost the connection to my server. As you can see, the ping is still working, but if I go here again, so which would mean that my modification have been not applied yet. No problem. I will close GNS and I will open it again. So I reopened it. The ping is now working. Let's reopen also the pfSense management page. Let's wait till it is fully booted, till it starts all of its processes. Okay, so it did start. Let's go to gateways. We can see that both gateways are online. I will deactivate this link. And if you go here, you can see that it is starting to lose packets. So meanwhile, it will also act erratically till it will stabilize and the connection will start to work. Also, What we can do is we can modify these timers here. So we can have these timers more aggressive, and we will use very aggressive timers. The time period needs to be greater than twice the probe interval plus the loss interval. I was modifying the incorrect. So this one should be 2K. Okay, we modified this one. Go to advanced. It's 2K here, it's 500 here, 500 here, and I don't remember if... Okay. Let's check on WAN 1 if I had the same timers. Okay, and I have the same timers. Let's stop our ping, start it again, and just suspend this link again. Erratic behavior, and it is now much faster. If you play with those timers, you can receive even better results. But keep in mind, by doing that, you will put additional pressure on your CPU, and it will eventually eat more resources. Thank you for joining, and have a nice day ahead. Bye bye.